Start with a moment of silence, followed by the pledge, please. Thank you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, public comment on agenda items only. Seeing none, we'll move on to old business. Approve the minutes of the July 15th, 2026 Commissioners meeting. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Moving on, amend motion 26-215, dated 7/15 of 2026, computer capital reflecting a price change from $1,253.44 to $1,334.57, an increase of $81.13. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Proclamations and certificates. We have the American Legion Post 346 for a rededication of the pavilion, and also Northbound Company grand opening in Scott Run coming up. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. New business. We have personnel. We have the personnel agenda and B, request to work additional hours in the sheriff's office. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Electronic financial transactions. We have A, vouchers payable, gross payroll, healthcare benefits. Is there motions for A, B, and C, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Travel authorization. Approve and ratify the request to travel in adult probation, aging, conservation district, and veterans affairs. Is there a motion, please?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Execute area agency and aging. Execute a contract with Kelly L. Lombardo, Esquire, to provide legal services and advice for protective services and guardianship clients, and represent the Monroe County Area Agency on Aging in court as necessary for the period of 8/1 of 2026 to 7/31 of 2029, at a rate of $150 per hour at a maximum of $10,000 for contract term. And B, execute the following contract addendums, extending the contracts to 6/30 of 2027. Medscope America Corporation, Personal Emergency Response Systems, and Linda Steyer for dietitian consulting services. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Career Link, appoint Dr. Parise Strower to the Pocono County's Workforce Development Board for a term to expire 6/30 of 2029. And I would be remiss if we did not thank Dee Ranieri. She took over from the passing of Matt Connell in 2020 and served that position on Career Link. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Children and Youth Services, authorized submittal of the Act 148, second quarter 2025-2026 report with total expenditures of $10,421,371. Execute a purchase service agreement with Mindwell Management for the period of 7/1 of 2025 through 6/30 of 2026 with a contract limit of $650,000 for residential group home services. Execute the following purchase service agreement for the period of 7/1/2026 through 6/30 of 2027 with Alternative Living Solutions, City Mission Living Stones, Huffman Homes for the Youth, Lavastus Vigari and Associates, Marquis, Pennsylvania, and Valley Youth Health. And also execute contract for professional service for PA treatment of healing for the period of 7/1 of 2026 through 6/30 of 2027 with a contract limit of $480,000. Also execute the following subsidized permanent legal custodial agreements for MT and AS, and execute the following adoption assistance agreements for JJ, AJ, and LJ. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Ratify the budget adjustments in the Commissioner's Office dated 8/5 of 2026 totaling $10,951. The $10,951 is the county contingency for the district attorney to transfer funds to cover current and future expenditures with regard to transcripts and SFPP, Safe Monroe, $951 to PVM Ecumenical Pantry for a total of $10,951. Also approve the budget adjustment report dated 8/5 of 2026 totaling $7,452. In aging, we have a block grant transfer and options MA assessment for the aging office. And then human services for $3,514 to allocate administrative funds to purchase more efficient workspace configuration in the grants office. And also in tax claim, $1,500 to cover the cost of printing of notices of public tax sale. Also revise the IRS mileage reimbursement rate to 76 cents per mile effective 7/1 of 2026. Execute agreement with Cork Scan in the amount of $1,700 for geophysical survey on the county property of Sixth and Quaker Alley. Approve and ratify the following opioid grants from the opioid settlement funds consistent with the uses under the opioid settlement agreement Exhibit E. Memorandum of understanding with Path to Peace, the amount of $50,000 for emergency housing assistance services and transportation services. And a memorandum of understanding for Rays of Hope for addiction for the amount of $6,500. Also approve the following payments for items from hotel tax funds, the Sheriff's Office overtime for Independence Day parade coverage of $277.54, and the Pocono Mountains Council of Governments for $1,000. G, accept a quote from Mountain Landscaping LLC in the amount of $7,585. The lowest of 3 quotes to perform required maintenance per inspection notes with the Levitt Branch Dam and Goose Pond Dam. Also ratify acceptance of the price quotations with AES Advanced Electronic Security in the amount of $57,813.
What'd you say? Yeah, the commissioners meeting.
Items for the courthouse co-stars. And also approve the contract with the Teamsters 229 for contract period of 1/1 of 2026 through 12/31 of 2028. Reject the request for proposals of drug and alcohol counseling services at the MCCF opened on 6/18 of 2026 and authorize the chief clerk to rebid the RFP drug and alcohol and counseling services. K, approve the proposal of C&D Waterproofing, Amina Partners for the old jail roof and gutter replacement totaling $312,500, alternates 1 and 2. Also add the following vendors to the county list of approved vendors. In the district attorney's office, we have Melanie Snap. Information technology services, we have BMC Helix. Office of Emergency Management, we have Charles Kevin Kraus and Mark Boncal. In the Sheriff's Office, we have Tritech Forensics. Also an M, approved change order number 1 with Seal Creek Contracting LLC in the amount of $166,050 for additional repairs on the 3rd floor of the parking deck for full depth floor and partial depth repairs. And approve the new COBRA rates for the period of 9/1 of 2026 through 8/31 of 2027 at rates listed below. Also approve the following service agreements for medical, dental, and vision plans. We have HM Insurance Company loss renewal totaling $1,177,837. We have Highmark HRA for $15.50 per month per person. Highmark PPO at $1.97 per person. HMO $197 per month per person. Geisinger Administrative Services fee of $10.85 per month per person. Also, Highmark Master Health Service Agreement, option 2. VBA Vision at $96 per month per person. VBA Vision,
96 cents.
no, I'm sorry, 96 cents per month per person. Swift MD, $5.50 per month per person. United Concordia Dental Administrative fee of $1.80 per month per person. And MadScripts in partnership with Afora Health for contingent upon solicitor approval. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. Are there any questions? All in favor signify by saying,
Question.
please.
Why were the proposals rejected?
One proposal was for 1 year and the other one was for 3 years. And they were not apples to apples, so we're putting it back out for
more
bid.
bids?
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. District Attorney, acknowledge the award of the 2026 Local Law Enforcement Grant in the amount of $250,000. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Elections and voter registrations. Ratify acceptance of the estimate for NOINC in the amount of $61,650 to purchase new iPad poll pads to be paid from the Election Integrity Grant. Is there a motion, please? So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Teresa?
So with that grant for the knowing poll pads, is that for, so there's gonna be a new pad everywhere?
No,
Okay, so are they just,
the refresh.
what does that mean?
In other words, we have 57 polling places, 58 polling places. So there are multiple iPads at multiple areas. And so what we do is instead of replacing them all at once, we stagger it as we go along. So that's just the first. Next year, we'll probably replace another 61.
So they're the same model. So the Knowing
They have,
is the same model as an upgrade.
they have upgraded technology in them. In other words, yes.
That was my question.
It's
Thank
for 140 11th generation iPads.
So it might be for all of them.
Yeah.
Very good. Yes.
So if we want to see a contract for those new poll pads, would I go to Open Records?
Yep.
So just go to Sarah and.
No, just go to Open Records.
Open Records.
Yep. Okay. Did we vote on that?
No,
Did we get a motion?
we had a motion in this second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Fiscal and grants. Ratify authorization of Ashley Carrick, Grants Manager, to electronically sign the fiscal year 2025-2026 Justice Reinvestment Initiative 2 grant award notification for the addition of special conditions added after the contract signatures were complete. Ratify authorization of Ashley Carrick, once again, Grants Manager, to electronically sign and submit the BJA fiscal year 2026 invited to apply Burn Discretionary Community Project Grant with a grant period to be determined, the amount of $1,020,379 to be used to formalize an opioid crime section of the District Attorney's Office and to enhance the Drug Task Force. Please note that is only a 1-year grant, and that's what we will be supporting that for 1 year. Ratify authorization for Ashley Carrick's grant manager to electronically sign and submit the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration Regional Mobile Crisis Team Expansion for Carbon and Monroe Counties grant application for the period of 9/30 of 2026 through 9/30 of 2030, in the amount of $3 million for continued operation of the expansion of the existing mobile crisis team. Approve submittal of the 2025 Community Service Block Grant in the amount of $663,590 and authorize Jennifer Barclay, Finance Director, to electronically sign the grant contract. And approve the elected official to sign the certification documents for the submission of the ESG fiscal year 2026 application. Also adapt a resolution to authorize the filing and proposal for funds for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Community Economic Development for the Emergency Service Solutions Grant for the fiscal year. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Are there any questions?
Wait, there's one.
Yes, ma'am.
In 10E, who's the chief elected official?
Me. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Information technology and services. Ratify execution of registration services agreement for the American Registry for Internet Numbers, LTD, for the period of 7/23 of 26 through 7/22 of 2027, in the amount of $275. And ratify agreement for North Star Network in the amount of $6,600 for remaining phone system migration. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second, any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Office of Emergency Management, ratify memorandum in agreement with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, Integrated Public Alert and Warning System, or IPAWS, Program Management Office regarding the use of the Monroe County Office of Emergency Management Interoperable Systems and IPAWS Open Platform for Emergency Networks, and also ratify authorization for Mary Ellen Keegan, OEM Director, to submit the fiscal year 2026 Emergency Performance Grant application with the attachment D in the amount of $203,739.31 for the period of 10/1 of 2025 through 9/30 of 2026. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Are there any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Planning Commission, approve the Data Center Planning Guide to July of 2026 is prepared by the Monroe County Planning Commission, providing clarification on data centers as a land use. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Any questions? Yes.
This clarification, it's a guide or a document that you're going to be using to help you, or
What we are is accepting the report, and luckily to explain, I have our Assistant Director, Nate Staruch, who will be more than happy to give you more information. Nate,
Hi, how are you?
why don't you stand up, Mr. Staruch, and come to the podium. Welcome.
Yeah, just to take quotes directly from the planning guide itself, it is not a regulating document. It is not a legal document. It's an educational document intended to provide municipalities, local officials, boards and commissions, residents and other stakeholders with a shared foundational understanding of what data centers are, why they are increasingly relevant to local land use decision making. And then lastly, therefore, the overall purpose of this report is not to advocate for or against data center development, but to provide a clear, balanced, and practical framework for local governments to evaluate such facilities in a legally defensible, technically informed, and community-specific manner.
thank you.
Where is that? Where is that? Where can we find it?
If it is accepted by the county commissioners, it will be available for public consumption and review on the county's website most likely the planning commission's landing page.
And how soon would that be?
As soon as coordinatedly possible. So sometime probably in the next 24 hours.
Yes.
So because it's an educational guide, why are we approving it as part of our government?
We accept it. We're not approving, we're accepting it,
It's-
correct?
You're accepting it.
The
from
motion
what?
says approved.
Yes, it's-
I'm sorry, I should say,
We can change it.
we can change it to accepting. That's the correct terminology, if I'm not mistaken. So I would ask that, I will change the motion. Do I have to rescind the motion?
Is there anything wrong?
I think it's,
I mean, it's our department.
I don't think there's a lot of difference between the two words. In this circumstance, you're approving the use of it or the publication of it basically by approving it. You're not by approving the manual, you're not in some way providing that everything is true. You're not.
but if you're approving it to be in. Approving it, and you're more likely saying that it's true and it's absolute, but if
well, it is true. In other words, everything that is stated in that is backed up with other information that you can do to research it.
right, but it's not work that you've done, it's something that you're accepting into your.
It's work that our,
We've done it. We are in charge of county government. They work for us. So.
And we're approving something done by them.
Right.
I think you can keep it at approved.
very good. Thank you, Nate. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
We have a first and second.
Did we do first and second? Thank you.
I did, right? Yeah.
Pocono Mountain Municipal Airport Authority acknowledge the receipt of the 2025 financial statement for the year ending 12/31 of 2025. Is there a motion, please? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Redevelopment Authority, Affordable Housing Trust Board, approve request to ratify the first-time home buyers program guidelines to include a requirement of a credit score of 620 or higher and a right to evaluate the maximum loan terms of 30 days on a case-by-case basis with potential exceptions for applications using USDA 502 loans. B, approve the funding of $25,000 to Eldred Township for project 2026-02 at 594 Kunkletown Road, Kunkletown, PA, from Act 152 demolition program funds. And also authorize Jennifer Peterson, Executive Director of the Redevelopment Authority, to advertise the first Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, public hearing. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Are there any questions? Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering, why did you want to include a requirement of a credit score of 620? And A, with your redevelopment?
So this is,
It's the first-time home buyers program, which comes from funds through deed reporting and is grants that are given to first-time home buyers. And so recommendation of lenders who are on the board recommended that they have a minimum credit score of 620.
In the past, that wasn't like that, that's why you're adding it now.
There wasn't a minimum score before.
And you, part of that program, is there a credit repair program along with that?
Yeah, there's other things that they're required to do, but it's just a small grant or funding program that goes along with their other financing. So it's just to kind of help people more with like down payments and those types of funding.
What's the amount usually?
I don't know it offhand, but the redevelopment's website would have
Where is it? I'm sorry.
it's administered through the redevelopment authority.
Okay.
And so they have pamphlets and stuff that go through what the.
Okay, because I'm a real estate agent, so.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great resource for folks.
But my only issue, I guess, kind of would be that, why would you require a 620 credit score? No, like.
that's the recommendation of the lenders to help move the process through without it getting kicked back.
Yeah, oh no, I understand the credit score thing. I was just wondering if there was also credit repair, because it looks like they would be taking out a lot of people that may have before qualified for a program and now don't.
Those folks probably wouldn't be
qualify for traditional lending, which they're gonna need. This program isn't enough to fund the entire house. It's like 10 to 15,000, like enough to help with a down payment or other like closing costs. So if people don't have that number, they're not gonna get approved for traditional lending either. And so
I think just what it looked like.
And where did I end off?
Question.
We have a first and a second. We do not have a.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. The Sheriff's Office approved the agreement with Axon Enterprise, purchase taser and related equipment totaling $202,299 for a period of 1/1/27 through 12/31 of 31. Is there a motion, please?
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Tax claim, approve the rental agreement with the Sherman Theater on 9/14/2026 in the amount of $600. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Capital outlay purchases, approve the capital purchases report dated 8/5 of 2026, totaling $10,800.72. The district attorney is getting a workstation for $3,054.31. And the sheriff is getting 2 ballistic armor trauma plates for $4,232.44. Also in human service grants, capital expenditures of 1 workstation for $3,513.90 for a total of $10,872. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Computer capital. Ratify the computer capital purchase report dated 8/5 of 2026, totaling $49,627.01. In the courts, we have 700-inch smart Google TVs. We also have in the court 7 TV wall mounts, and the Department of Information Systems for cybersecurity. We have Cisco Wi-Fi network devices and accessories, 40 of those totaling $36,497.70. The court's wall mounts were $1,059.38, and 6 of the TVs came at $10,499.94, and the other one came at $1,599.99 for a total of $49,627.01. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Miscellaneous. Mr. Parker, do you have anything?
I do. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have some sheets up here with the different passport trails we have going on in the county for America 250. There's been a lot of activity lately. People have stopped by to pick up their prints for completing the historical marker tour, which is a print of General Sullivan at Brinker's Mill. Also, the National Historic Registry, people have come in to get their T-shirts for that. Our newest one is the ice cream passport. You can visit local ice cream shops in all our municipalities. And if you visit 6, you'll be entered to win gift cards or T-shirts or different things from all the different ice cream shops.
You can't go to Big Star 6 times.
No, you have to go to 6 different ones. That's the idea, is to visit, you might not be aware there's ice cream out in, I don't know, Fresqueville or Pocono Summit.
Not as good as Big Star.
Well, within the Stroud Township region, you can visit 6 probably. Yeah. Regardless, most of the people will like it, I think. Now, we've had a few people complete it already, but that's going to run through Labor Day. Then that will be over and we'll do the drawing. So you can't eat ice cream all year long at many of these shops. So, and on this coming weekend, actually pictured here is the Parkside Chapel. There's going to be an event up at Paradise, the only National Historic Registered building in Paradise or Barrett. And that is an open house at on 8/16, which I believe is Sunday. Can you confirm that?
16th is Sunday.
Yes. And I thought this would open a little more so I could tell you the time. I believe it's 1 o'clock. And
That's the only building registered in both Barrett and Fairfax?
Historically,
National Historic Registry.
Yep.
Yeah, well, there's only 16 in the county. And 6 of them are in the Park Service. So we aren't allowed to put QR codes there. You have to take a picture there. No, we have, yeah, that many in the county. The courthouse is one. So if you should really get around and sign up and check in at these, and then you'll learn how many they are and where they are. Also, the mansion, the Stroud Mansion. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Labrador?
The only thing I'd like to say is three of us just got back from a conference where the CCAP, which is the Council of all Commissioners across the state of Pennsylvania, met. And about 3 years ago, I had the opportunity of taking this to the group and asking them if they would come to Monroe County. And they did approve it and they did vote on it and they were there. And we were spent three and a half days, or actually 2 half days and 2 full days at Kalahari. And everyone was very pleased. They did a very fine job. It was excellent. So if you have anything big or any kind of function you need to do with any of your organizations, highly recommend Kalahari. Thank you.
I'm going to ask Mary Ellen Keegan to come up to the podium for a moment to discuss 2 sources of information with regard to storm damage.
So, following the July 4th storm, that mainly impacted Middle Smithfield and Smithfield Townships, the SBA has declared issued a disaster declaration that is making the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program available to businesses that sustain any impacts during the storms or the power outages. It's centered in Monroe, but it covers Carbon, Lackawanna, Luzerne, Northampton, Pike, Sussex, and Warren counties, those last 2 in New Jersey. And will make low interest loans available to business owners in those counties so that they can get the working capital that they need to recover back from the storm's damage that they sustained. It doesn't have to be physical damage. It could also just be economic loss. So if they lost power and had to throw away food, or they couldn't pay their wages because there was no operation, this loan can help them pay those off through their capital programs. And then the second is through Realtors Relief. We just were given notice today that a grant has been issued to Monroe County for $50,000 through the Realtors Association. There's going to be more applications issued later next week, but that will make some funding available to residents that sustain damages to help them recover from that. So more info on that to come.
And we think there's a $1,000 cap on that.
For each residence.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Is there any public comment? Please step up to the podium. Say your name, please.
Lisa Ritter from 131 Stokes Avenue. I sent you an email earlier this week about the issues that we're having in Stroudsburg and the borough on Main Street with the homeless and the cars and all of that. And I attended the borough meeting last night. And they basically said that, is Ms. Lyons here?
No.
They basically said that the noise from the cars with the mufflers and the motorcycles and at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, that the SART can't do anything about it. And they can't do anything about it because PennDOT has certain restrictions. So that's one issue. Then the homeless issue. Larry said appropriately that he's not in charge, or the borough's not in charge of dealing with the homeless, but you guys are. So that's why I sent you that letter. And I didn't receive a response from you.
No, I understand, but I had to call Larry to understand what your question was because you left out the whole thing about human services. I did not understand. You said that the county was responsible. Yes, the county provides funding to different agencies for human services. Yes, we do.
Well, what I specifically directed to was when we did the Glen Park, we had those meetings. After everything was done, you said, if anybody is camping or if there's a homeless person or whatever, it will be investigated. I spoke to the police officers about it. They said, all you have to do is call 911 and we will try to get those people help. And that's what we've been doing in South Stroudsburg. So my question to you is, are those systems still in place? Letty, Family Promise, Street to Feet, is that still in place? Because if that is in place, why can't we just let the business owners on Main Street know that they can do that as well?
If somebody is in crisis and Letty can help them, if it's a drug overdose, and Stan actually goes out of his way beyond what he is,
Well, yeah, I understand that.
they are still in place, yes,
But does he do Main Street? Or just,
yes.
you do?
I do the whole county. The issue is, there's only so many resources that we can fall back on. Glen Park was, I don't want to say, it was a Band-Aid, when it comes to the whole problem in general. We have other resources now. We have Path to Peace that we're doing as much as we really can with the resources that we have to try to alleviate this issue that honestly, it's not just here, it's everywhere.
Yeah, and it's affecting the business owners though, and it's affecting Main Street. So what resources do you need?
Well, we need housing, we need money for the housing, we need case management, we need mental health, the list goes on and on. And we try to address that as best we can. It's just an overwhelming issue where at this point, there's not an answer for everyone out there. We would love for there to be one, and we work really hard on trying to provide anyone that needs help with that help. But yeah, it's
But the business owners could still call 911 and they would trigger that protocol that we had established or no?
I mean, in court, I'm seeing a lot of trespassing charges. I mean, that's gonna put them in jail, but I'm not sure.
That's the answer.
I'd like to see them get treatment,
Yeah.
But a lot of them don't want treatment, Dulcie. And then the thing is that we've moved them out of Glen Park, and you can walk through Glen Park and look right across the street, across the creek, and you can see them all in East Stroudsburg behind the cemetery, right along the tracks. A lot of people don't necessarily want treatment or don't want services. And
Well, okay. I totally understand because I had to deal with a family that had issues as well.
right.
So, my question is, the part about the, police being in charge, not being able to do anything about the cars and the noise, is that correct what they said, or should I just, contact Ms. Lyons?
You can contact Jennifer and ask her if it's I don't know how PennDOT gets involved with regard to sound. I'm not 100% sure, but I will reach out to District 5 and ask them.
Oh, that would be great. All right, that was it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anybody else?
Somebody online.
Somebody online?
Somebody put in the chat, where can business
there's
owners find more information about this low interest storm damage loan?
Mary Ellen?
So there's a disaster relief center at Middle Smithfield Cultural Community Center that'll be opened on the 4th of August, and we'll go through August 21st, and they can work with folks directly to fill out their application, or they can go on the SBA website and fill that application out.
Thank you. Teresa, do you have something?
I do, thank you.
Please come up to the podium.
So I'd just like to say a few things. Privacy online. And I'm going to start with a few questions. So what is the purpose of having laws and rules to protect the children's presence on the internet and school issue computers if there's no one willing to stand up and look for where they should be responsible for management, including security and destruction of student data collection and information. Also, question, if relying on government oversight is not enough, or then it's the people's right and responsibility to ensure the accountability of government agencies so that we may better know the consequences of our society. So this goes back to where I come up here almost every month, at least once, if not twice. And it's in regards to the county and the state, in regards to their priority for student privacy with the survey that was originally stated as on the first page of the survey given to Pocono and Stroudsburg County High School students. The title of the survey was Monroe County Community Partnership for Gun Safety Youth Survey. Somehow now it's called Monroe County Youth Assessment Survey. So I put in formal request to know what happened to that data that the students did on the survey, because it was on school issue Chromebooks. I went to the Opens office in this building, administration building. I went to Opens office and the DA's office, and the DA's office actually answered back in, what was it? Provided you on January 12th, 2026, that I should go to the third party, which is Rick Parsons Kerry Group. I do not believe that I would, so this is from Rick Parsons, that he does not believe he would be bound by an open records request. And that's where it was left. So I went to the State Department regarding the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency because they allocated the money. They said they cannot get any agreements or policies from the Community Partnership for Gun Safety from the DA's office. So then I went to the school. So I went to Stroudsburg Area School District and asked about the data management of the survey information because they submitted the surveys to the students. So Stroudsburg Area School District said they do not have copies of these documents, therefore they do not exist. And Pocono Mountain School District said, and that's typically what they said for 9 different items that I had on my right to know. And then the Pocono Mountain School District said, your request is denied, no records exist. Therefore, no records exist. I have attached the school board minutes and they put the responsibility, I believe it was Pocono. Your request is denied. Some of them said your request is denied. No records exist directly from Pocono Mountain School District. The survey was conducted and results are maintained by the Monroe County for Gun Safety. So I just like to know who's managing and who's making sure those records are deleted that the students did on the survey.
Thank you.
So there's no answer.
Well, the thing is that the Kerry Group has the information. The Kerry Group was the one that took the information that we based our program on, okay? And they have the information. Now, their response was that they don't have to give the information with regard to Right to Know. The other thing is, don't confuse 2 different products, okay? In that there is other surveys done by the Kerry Group that we utilize for a bunch of other information, okay? That formulates some of the policies that you want to have formulated. But if we didn't have the information, therefore we can't formulate the policies. Much like you say with regard to, say, cyberbullying and so on and so forth. That's some of the questions that are asked of the kids. And we are in the process of redoing that, okay, test or questioning, okay? We have a number of people that, actually a larger number of people that are opting out of this so that, you know, we have the opt-out option, which is being utilized.
So all I'm asking for, it's like the elections. When the county buys machines,
Correct.
like the knowing, because I've done the right to knows on the machines. And I know everybody here that works
Yes, you
at
do.
the commissioner's office knows that. And so there's agreements, there's policies, there's warranties for the equipment, because it's really the third party that owns the equipment, because if the county does anything to the equipment, the warranty's void. So aren't there agreements and policies with the Kerry Group? And who's in charge? Is it the Kerry Group? Is it the third party, or is it the government? Because it seems like it's the Kerry Group, which seems to be going on throughout our country, that the big companies are in charge of the government.
No, well.
Okay.
Ashley?
Yeah, so I know you've done a lot of right to know and you have a lot of the documentation on the grant. Somewhere within those documents, there, it references the Cary Group's responsibility to that research study. I can't.
It's an
reference-
8-page contract. That's all I have.
Okay, there's a document somewhere. I'd be glad to work with Greg to get that to you. That talks about his responsibility and the laws and rules that apply to what you're talking about.
Or you mean the grant itself, the 47 or 52?
I'm talking about there's a document within,
The agreement.
somewhere in the agreement, whether it's the contract or the agreement with Cary Group, that talks about their responsibility to protect that information that you're talking about, the student surveys. Because it's a research evaluation. That's why we can't have it. That's why you can't have it. It's,
Simple.
yeah.
Right.
It's not that,
Not rocket science.
so they did the analyzing and they compiled everything, the Cary Group. So where's the agreement with the county?
She's going to get you the information. We have the agreement. There's a contract, like you said, 8-page, but there's also another agreement that it backs up that contract
Of what they-
of what they're, right, and that they don't share that data with anybody. It's theirs.
what they're doing.
To protect.
The subjects.
Who they share with.
They shared it with us to formulate the gun safety program.
I didn't see the data. Jake didn't see the data. We saw what was compiled. It's called protection of human subjects.
Yes.
It's very simple. When anybody writes a dissertation, does any type of dissertation work that has anything to do with the human subject has to be protected. The Cary Group is the group that protects the human subject, i.e., that's why Jake and I didn't get a list of the respondents, because a list doesn't exist.
So if it was done on school issue electronic devices,
So
every student has their own electronic device and it was done a monkey survey. So then where is it written that this, like, who are they going to share it? Where is it written that who they're going to share it with?
We're not sharing it with anybody.
So
You
where is it
can't.
written? Where is that written?
that's
There's-
accurate.
Okay, thank you.
Get you the
I'll follow
information.
up with you.
Thank you very much. Dulcie, I think you've had your 3 minutes.
Oh, well, I want to ask about the gun grant.
I'm gonna do a report on the gun grant,
Next
Mr.
meeting,
Chairman, if that's okay.
please.
Just let me know when. Very good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, we
I
have,
saw Jake had his hand up, but I guess you
Well,
wanted to talk.
I was gonna get into the homeless, but I just.
We are very pleased to announce that one of the large pieces of our grant happens to be getting into the private developments in Monroe County. Through some relationships that Jake has built over the years as a law enforcement officer, we just did a presentation at Penn Estates. Last night, we were at Pocono Country Place for National Night Out. We're going back tomorrow to set up an educational program at Pocono Country Place for September. And then we also now established, with relationships that Jake's had with people, we established a Saw Creek relationship. So we're hoping to get in there between now and the holidays. So we're very, very happy about where we're going with the grant. Last night, the National Night Out, we probably gave out at least 100 cable gun locks. We'll be at the county fair again. We've held an educational class clearly in some form for the last 10 months as per the grant requirements. And now getting into the private developments is huge for us. And we're very, very thrilled. And so far, we've been accepted with open arms and they're very happy with what we're doing.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My question,
Go ahead.
as far as the grant, did the first grant, has the money expired from the first grant? Or has it been an application? Because I remember that you said there's
March-
going to be another,
March of
Another
27
round.
grant expires, March of 27.
the 695 grant.
Yes,
so
Okay, so is there another grant coming?
we are certainly working on that. We've been in front of the House Judiciary Committee, which I don't want to bore the chair people about this. I'm sorry, the commissioners about this, because they've already heard it. We've been in front of the House Judiciary Committee. We were asked to testify. We were also asked to testify at a press conference with 4 other groups that have VIP grants out there offered by the PCCD on behalf of Monroe County. And we did that probably a month or so ago. So we're in front of the groups that we have to be in front of because we would like to get this extended because there's more to this extension that just happens to be, if for those of you who may not like the fact that myself and Mr. Jacobson are part of this grant, the bottom line is there's other organizations in this county that are helping to be funded through this grant. So it's very important to Monroe County. And we see it as an important gateway because we're the only rural county that has received a PCCP grant in the state of Pennsylvania, and that's huge for Monroe. Thank you.
What are the entities are getting funding for this?
You can look that up on the PCCP website.
But the 695, in the 695 grant.
There's other offices within the county that have certain amounts of funding that are covered through our grant,
Mhm.
or part of our grant, including the district attorney's office.
And the mental health part,
Yes,
what educational programs or what outreach have you done in the mental health area?
during every one of our classes, we have Tiffany Mino, who does an outstanding job for us. She does a suicide awareness and prevention program. Because as most people don't know, Monroe County leads the state and national average in suicide amongst adult males. And she does a huge piece for us at every one of our educational classes for us.
Thank you, Dr. Tolino. I'm so happy that you're enjoying your retirement.
I am.
Is there anything else? If not, is there a motion to adjourn? We are. We have a the personnel board that starts at 3:30. So you can do what you want, but you just can't do it here. Thank you.
Joel, say, I emailed you a link to the page on the redevelopment authority.